this one was big enough where I could do the box thing again. But you see the Eevee figures, you know what it means. It means we have another afternoon with Eevee and Friends figure. And what's most important is that this is the last one. So we're going to take a look at that today. And as you can tell by the size of the box, I also got some other stuff. So let's check it out. And first off, the reason why everyone's here, the Umbreon figure. And then I got myself the Dragon Ball tin. And I believe that's all. But I also got this big guy. He's pretty huge for the price. Usually Pokemon plushes are pretty small for the price. They run on the expensive size, but the quality of them are so well done that I don't mind paying as much. And then I usually get most of mine from like GameStop, like discounted with a coupon. But this is the Rillaboom. This Rillaboom is actually decently sized. I forget exactly how tall it was, but it's a pretty good quality. Its arms do seem like it has posable little joints in it that you can bend them. But I'm pretty sure Rillaboom is supposed to be posed like this, where it's hunched over and its arms are touching the ground. And even then, with posable arms, I think you might just be able to angle the different slouch of Rillaboom you want to get. And there he is from the back standing. There's that Rilladonk. And like I said, this one, for the price that I paid, it was about $32, was actually like a lot more in size than what I expected. And like I said, with the Pokemon plushes, the quality is always like super nice. So I'm actually going to have a hard time figuring out where to fit him. He might have to go behind Tyranitar next to Palkia, right above my computer desk. But that's not why you're here. You're not here for this Rillaboom guy. You're here for an Eevee figure. Let's get back to that. Okay, so I'm going to go open this up at the end. There comes with 2 packs, I believe. That's about it. Yep, 2 booster packs. One of them is Darkness Ablaze, so let's hope we pull something good. But I'm going to save this for the end, so if you want to see that, make sure you stick around. But here is the main reason why we're here, and that is this Umbreon figure. This is the last Eevee and Friends figure. So as you can see now, it is completed. And now that I have all of them, it's much easier to figure out how they all sit together. They're actually sitting together really nicely. I have them angled, so it's kind of hard to see them all lined up straight, but that's just the way I set them up on the table. So on the Umbreon box, you see a high-res photo of the figure on top. The sides are just the plastic where you can see the figure itself. An advertisement showing all the evolutions together. A Pokemon Center ad. And then right here is the little flavor text that they have, which is weird because on most of them, they've like put a sticker over them, which I don't know why. I don't want to ruin the packaging, so I haven't taken the sticker off to see what's under it. But this is the first one that there's not like a label over the stickers. I do remember seeing that in like Flareon and Leafeon and Espeon, where there was a sticker over it. Who's afraid to explore what lies in the shadows? Not Umbreon. Take a walk on the dark side with the Afternoon with Eevee and Friends Figures by Funko in the Pokémon Center while you can. They won't last long. And just like always, if this is still on the Pokemon Center's website, I will let you know right here and probably have a link in the description. But I have heard a lot from my commenters who have been slowly collecting these that about a week or 2 later, they have been showing up at GameStop. So if you miss it on the website, make sure you call in your local GameStop and check to see if they're getting them and how many. So you can try your best to get one of these figures, because I feel like Umbreon is going to be a hard one to get, with 1, it being the last figure, and 2, Umbreon is a pretty popular one. Now, my thing is, before I open this, in the last Pikachu figure, there was an advertisement. There was actually an advertisement in all the Pikachu ones, but there haven't been any in the Eevee ones. So my question is, are they going to have an advertisement that teases the next set of figures. Because if you've heard me talk about it on my channel before, in any of these videos before, I think it's a day with Pikachu, an afternoon with Eevee, and I want to say it might be a night or an evening with Mimikyu. So I think that's where they're going to go with these figures. But then again, Mimikyu hasn't had a lot of spotlight since Sword and Shield. It is in Sword and Shield, but it hasn't had a lot of spotlight. So there is no ad. So let's take this out and let's look at this figure. And these last ones have been pretty hefty. Leafeon was huge too, and the Vaporeon. Wow. So first off, there's some scuffs. I don't know if it's supposed to be there. Little lines. It just looks like imperfections in the molding. But I mean, it is a rock, so that doesn't bother me that much. And this thing is huge. It's not as heavy. The base is a little more hollow, but this thing is heavy right here. Umbreon looks a little thin compared to how I'm used to seeing it in the video games. But just the black hides the lines that connects the head to the figure and the tail. And this is such a clean looking figure. I know the lighting's not the best. I'm doing this later than I usually do. But having this little crescent rock shape over above with a little bit of grass, it's a very plain base color-wise. And I think they needed that grass there, or else it would have looked really basic. But just the Umbreon figure in itself, and just like the shading that the shadows that happen with the rock hanging over it, really adds on to Umbreon. But like I said, Umbreon's a little thinner than what I would imagine. But it's still such a clean looking figure. Let's try to zoom in on that. There's its face. No really goofs with the paint. The yellow stripes is pretty clean on this figure. The base is solid. The only gripe I have against this is like it looks like the imperfections and the molding right there. But like I said, this is a rock in the figure, so I'm not super worried about that. There is a little line. Let's try to focus again. Right there on the grass, which I think kind of carries over from that, but that's not too bad. What my main focus is on these figures is how the evolution looks, and Umbreon looks good. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below, what you think about the Umbreon figure. Were you able to grab it? Have you already unboxed yours? Because this, I was out for the weekend, so this sat in my house for the past 4 days, just waiting to be unboxed. But I mean, here is the Umbreon figure. So now what we have to do is we have to complete the model. Like, that's the big thing. That's the one thing that like set this over the line compared to the Pikachu figures. The fact that if you got all of these, they connect it all together. So I'm going to give you a little advice if you have multiple figures, how you can connect them the best, because this is probably the best I've ever done it on the first try. And we're going to talk about that right now. Okay, so when I did it, like, you figure you want to start around the Eevee, but instead I started around the Vaporeon because the Vaporeon has a pretty big base. And then as you can see, the Glaceon, the Espeon, and the Leafeon kind of wrap around the Vaporeon figure. So by using that, you're able to connect them real nice. And as you can see, the lines here are way more connected than my past couple videos. So what we're going to do is we can see right here, this little point, Umbreon's going to dip in right here. And as I talked about before, I know I've talked about this with some of my viewers in the comment section, where Umbreon is like trying to hide away from Jolteon. Jolteon and Sylveon are definitely chasing after it. Flareon's just cooking that fire. But here it is. And there it is. There is the completed series. Now, looking at it head on with using Eevee as the center point, because, you know, Eevee is the center point, I do want to point out that, like, head on, Glaceon is kind of hard to see. Other than that, all the other figures are pretty clear to see, and they're pretty easy to point out where they are and who they are. I do like how each little character has its own personality. And as you can see with the Sylveon, the Jolteon, the Umbreon, they kind of tell their own story as well. I don't know if Leafeon's involved in this chase, but it looks like it. So we got the cool evolutions over there just chilling by the water, and then you got the fun ones over there playing, and then you got the Eevees in the center. But I am so happy to finally have this completed and to be able to see this as a whole. Because when you first get the first couple figures, I didn't even realize that they all connected. But now that they've all come together, it looks so nice. Even from like the distance, like it looks like a whole thing. There's some bumps, some rounded parts where you can tell that they separate, but they look nice together. And that's definitely one big thing I have over the Pikachu figures. The Pikachu figures just sit in my game room in a straight line, and with this I'm able to actually angle it. I'm able to put them somewhere where they can be displayed and they look together as a whole. They look good all together. What I do feel bad for is the people that might have missed one or two figures and weren't able to get like Sylveon. So like if they're missing the Sylveon, they're missing a huge gap. Where if you're missing maybe like the Flareon, well, Flareon would be a gap too. If you're missing like the Umbreon or Glaceon or Espeon, you can probably get away with it. But anyone who knows and loves the evolutions will know if you're missing one. And I'm so glad I was able to get all of them. I did not get all of the Pikachu figures, so that was a bummer. But anyways, let me know down in the comments below how you think of this now that it's all together. How does it look? How excited are you? Did you collect all of them? Let me know down in the comments below. Okay, and now it's time to open up this Dragapult tin. Now, this is another mini tin series that comes with, as we can see here, 2 booster packs, 1 metallic coin, and by metallic they mean a shiny plastic, and then an art card, and then the mini tin itself. So there's 5 of these. If you collect all 5, you can actually get the art cards and put them together to create the art. And if you want to check it out to see what it is, it's on the back of the tins this time around. So you got Galarian Rapidash, Obstagoon, Toxicity, Surfetch, and Dragapult. So I decided to get the Dragapult one just because, I mean, who doesn't like Dragapult? It's just such a cool dragon type. But I took everything out beforehand. That way you wouldn't have to hear any more noise. Most of these coins are going to be the same. And for this one, you're getting a Lycanroc coin. You do get the same packs every time. You get a Sun and Moon and a Darkness Ablaze. So let's go ahead and open the Sun and Moon first. And I think Sun and Moon comes with the energy. It is a solid green. I do keep the codes, unfortunately, if you haven't seen me open up a pack of cards before. So, Fairy type energy, Nest Ball, Poliwhirl, Steenie, Paris, Yungoos, Shelter, Zubat, Poplio, Rainbow Energy Reverse, kind of a nice card. And we get a regular Bruxish. Bruxish is an underwhelming Pokemon. I do definitely have a lot of these from when I started buying the Sun and Moon packs. Sun and Moon and Evolutions is really when I started going out of my way to buy Pokemon cards. So anything before that I don't have a lot of. I just recently, other than Rebel Clash trying to get all the Copperages, I haven't really had the ambition or the money, in all honesty, to spend on cards. I don't play the game. I just kind of collect them for fun. It's fun to try to get rare cards. But here's the Darkness Ablaze. I believe there's a Charizard that I can get in here. So let's hope for that. It is a white and green. So there's a positive sign. We're going to do our 4 from the back. We have a Water Energy, Pokemon Breeders Nurturing, Fletchlander, Hidden Dark Energy, Golett, Feebas. Look how sad that Feebas looks. Purloin, Hippopotas. I feel like I always say its name wrong. Sentret, a Reverse Fletchlinger, and a Full Art Rose card. I wonder how much this is worth. Attach up to 2 basic energies from your discard pile to one Pokemon VMAX. If attached any energies cards in this way, discard your hand. So I'd have to say it is a full art, so it's probably a good card. I wish I would have gotten a full art Pokemon card, but can't be that bad. Not too bad. Okay, so that is it. That is the last of the Eevee and Friend figures. We've done them all. Let me know down in the comments below whether you collected them all as well, and how do you feel about them? Are you excited that you got them all? Are you underwhelmed by the figures? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you've followed my channel and subscribed for the Umbreon figures, or you are viewing just for the Umbreon figures, go ahead and try to check out my VGC content. I've been doing online Wi-Fi battles where I've been making teams and battling them online, trying to do my best on the rank ladder. Crown Tundra is coming out, so I'm definitely going to be covering that with a Let's Play of my series of Crown Tundra, and I'm also going to be covering my venture into the competitive of Series 7. A lot of legendaries are going to be allowed, and it's going to be a crazy format. And I'm excited and nervous at the same time because I don't have a lot of time to breed. But anyways, I'm glad we could give Umbreon and the Eevee figures such a good send-off. This is such a good figure. I'm so glad they saved Umbreon for last. And I'm glad that we ordered some extra items to have such a good last unboxing video for these Eevee and Friends figures. We got the Rillaboom plushie that can't even fit into the shot. We got the TCG tin that we got a full art, so we can't be too picky about that. But if I haven't said it yet, like I said, let me know down in the comments below how you feel about these figures, especially our newest one, Umbreon. Did you collect all of them? If not, which one are you missing? Which one is your favorite? And if you could only have one, which one would you get? I would love to have these conversations in the comments down below. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed all of the Evolution unboxing figures. Anyways, I'm Zach. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.